A coward dies 1,000 deaths. A soldier dies but once.
Welcome all, this is Blaezer RTW. I hope you are good. I'm okay. Let's get into a 1v1. It's me doing a 31k. I'm Carthage and Esrax is Macedon. He's going to be a hell of a lot better player than me, well, still is. And I think this is going to be one of the first times I've used Pikes 1v1 in 31k, so I haven't really got any idea of like builds or not strategies. I know the basics of Pikes, but obviously each discipline has its own little quirks that you need. You can see Esrax is well versed in these things. He's got all his units in a nice formation there, a couple of Cretans and 5 Cav. I've got 6 Cav, 4 Slingers, and then that'll be obviously however many left Sacred Bands. Normally one-on-one just infantry if it was 20 Macedon Pikes versus 20 Sacred Band. I'd fancy the Sacred Band, they're pretty tasty. But yeah, this should be interesting. So yeah, you can see I'm just moving up my formations all over the place. I haven't got a clue what I'm doing at the moment. So yeah, I'm just going to rush them forward. I think obviously what the trick to him is, even I know at this stage, is to flank units, you know what I mean, bring a couple out. You can see he's bringing a couple of Pikes out with his archers. I guess that's, yeah, look, I'm trying to say my sort of basic plan is to try and get my archers and slingers out to here somewhere and then just sling these guys as I engage them from front on, and then try and work a few Pikes out the side. He's done quite well though. He's got these here, which is going to deter any Cav, my Cav getting involved on this side. But really my Cav's just there to protect my slingers from his Cav, if you see what I mean. But as I've got 4 slingers, I should be able to double up on his Cretans. And then start either going for them or going for the Pikes. You can see he's pushed his Pike. I've pushed my Pikes up. Looks like I'm going to send a couple out to the right as well, but he's seen it, so he's going to send his whole phalanx forward, drop his Pikes. I've not dropped mine yet. So they're not in formation. And these guys just got caught, so that's quite good. He stopped them being able to line up. I need to get these 3, drag them out properly, probably reset these 4 Pikes at the front, drop the Pikes, put them in defensive mode, and then it looks like I'm actually going to come out to the left. Not the worst idea, but I've not left myself any reserve in this line here, so he could push 2 or 3 of these up and they'll punch a hole through the centre, and then I am proper screwed. He's going to send his Cav out to obviously face up. He was probably getting slung by me with some stones. Yeah, so he's gone for a bit of a defensive formation on this side. I'm marrying up with him because I've seen his Cav coming, so I need to be quite aware of what he's doing. Really, I could do with rushing this lot up and attacking the side of these 2, but he's seen it now, that would have been the time to do it. It's too late now though. Now my guy's actually going to get taken out of formation. I've dropped my Pikes and actually pushing them forward now. He's got these 2 lot over here. I think he fancies there's a little gap there. My slingers are still out to the left. My Cav's all here just waiting to decide what I want to do with it. I've brought these guys in, but what you'll notice is that his have got a nice little corner in there touching, whereas mine's got this gap and is showing his side to this Cav unit. So he's done quite well. He split his half of his Cav, and it's coming from one side, coming from the other. I really need to be better with my Pikes defending there. I shouldn't have allowed that because he's routed off one of my units, which has now dropped my infantry down by 1, which was already a bit thin on the ground. He's going to send his Pikes out to face me up. I'm splitting my Cav, which isn't the worst idea, but I'm hitting that one a little bit too from the front. It is from the side, but it's also from the front rather than being from the side, like what SRAX did on my flank on the other side. So, yeah, not great by me. Now I'm going to go for the Cretans, which I'm going to get, but at what cost? The only advantage I had was the cav advantage, and I'm just about to lose it by the look of it. So, yeah, it's all being a bit gobbledygook. My slingers are still out there. They should be coming in now and totally tearing up this lot here. I need to be resetting all these pikes and, getting them so they're nicely in their phalanx again. But you can see I've pushed through a couple of these units at the front. If I could turn this unit here, take out this one, and then work these three onto these two on the side, and then push up on these two, and then I might get a bit of favourable, a favourable angle somewhere. As it is, he's backing himself up quite nicely. It looks like he's going to just bring his second line in behind and push him in just to strengthen his unit. But you can see how the Sacred Band, when they get blobbed, can tear through these long pikes. He's going over my cav, which I haven't seen. So basically, this is not the greatest cav game in the world from my point of view. Normally, if it was nowadays, I wouldn't bring as many cav. I'd probably bring 4 cav, maybe 3, depending on the numbers. But I'm not one of them who knows all the enemy army numbers off the top of my head to know what the other people are bringing. So I can only second guess it. You can see I've slanted one right back at the angle, which is too far of an angle back. I could have done with keeping that one straight, but just making sure he was touching the back of those 3 units up against his general. He's pushed in his second line now, which is never a bad thing to do, so he's quite happily he's going to push through me. He sent some companion calves in loose. They're going to totally destroy my slingers because I'm not going to be able to take enough of them out to rout. He's brought his cav around the back here. He's going to come in for a charge on this middle unit, or this one here, I guess. Yeah, he's going to rout that one off. That's pretty good. My general should be running in there now. This guy, or one of those guys in the centre, should be turning and facing. As it is, they've both routed, which is going to make my centre collapse like a house of cards, even though it has already. I am slinging that cav, but yeah, not doing enough. I've come in for a cheeky little dig again, probably a touch too much from the side with such a small unit. He's done the right thing coming from the back and totally routed off my units. And yeah, I mean, it was a good game a long time ago, but yeah, we'll keep going with it. Yeah, my general's on his lonesome dove there. Yeah, another one's routed. As soon as his numbers walk over to this lot, they're all going to rout. I finally ran my general after his cav, but it's way too late. That should have been one of the first things that happened. And yeah, that's pretty much it, really. It was a long time ago. So, yeah, I mean, with regards to the battle, not the best in the world, obviously. So, but in showing this journey in inverted commas, you need to know where you start to know where to end. So yeah, I mean, plenty learned from my point of view. SRAX wouldn't have learned a lot. It would have been a walk in the park for him all day long. He's probably been having a cup of tea and all that while he's been doing it. So yeah, pretty standard for him. But from my point of view, being freshly starting with it at the time, I would have watched this back a few times after and sort of thought where I got caught out, where my big mistakes were. And then if we played this game again straight after, that first lot that went out, I'd make sure I'd set my first front row up, probably go a bit wider than, probably put 5 in the front line and just leave them set up on defensive, send my flanking units out either as a distraction or an actual flanking first. And then, yeah, when I see the holes, go in and go into the sides. If I'm engaging a unit from the front, coming from the side from the other one, and then protect his side with another one, and then when that one comes in, and you end up with like little L's or sort of W's working their way up, and that's how it works. But yeah, he's done me all ends up. What have I got left? Oh, just this caveat that's been left on the side. I've admitted defeat before he's got to it though, so yeah, good game to SRAX. Not a great game by me, but you live, you learn, and hopefully, yeah, you might have learned a few things from that as well. So yeah, here we go. Right, good game. See you later.
Follow me, Blaezer.